Assalamualaikum. My name is Amirra binti Salleh, metric number 055166, and today me and my friend are going to talk about blockchain. Okay, so first and foremost, what is blockchain? Okay, first I'm going to explain to you what is blocks. Block is a digitally recorded data that is packed into blocks. Each block is chained to the next block using a cryptographic signature. This allows blockchains to act as a ledger. This ledger can be shared with anyone with permission by the owner. Now that we have discussed what blockchain actually is, we are going to find out how blockchain works. So, in the chain, the first block is called a genesis block. Then, each new block in the chain is linked to the previous block. This causes a chaining block. Each block also has their own hash, which is unique, kind of like fingerprints. So, any changes that occur inside the block will cause the hash to also change. What is the use of hash? Hash is actually very useful to detect any changes in blocks. So now that we know each block contains data and hash, did you know that the block also contains hash of the previous block? This helps the blockchain to be more secure. Taking an example from the figure, there is a chain of 3 blocks. Block 1 has no predecessor, it has no previous blocks before it. Therefore, it does not contain any hash of the previous block. Meanwhile, block 2 contains hash of block 1 and block 3 contains hash of block 2, and the list goes on. Now, assume an attacker is able to change the data in block 2. Correspondingly, the hash of block 2 will also change. However, block 3 will still contain the old hash of block 2. This makes block 3 and all succeeding blocks after block 3 invalid because they have the incorrect hash of the previous blocks. While we are in the topic of an attacker, did you know that in a few minutes, an attacker can tamper with a block, recalculate all the hashes of the block to make the blockchain valid again? Thus, we use proof of work to slow down the creation of new blocks. Say if an attacker wants to change one hash of the block, he would need to perform proof of work, which approximately takes about 10 minutes for just one block. Other than that, blockchains also have smart contracts, which is a small computer program that runs in the background of the blockchain. What is smart contracts used for? It is used to search for conditions such as facilitation, verification, and compliance. Smart contract is a contract that replaces traditional contracts, which is not used anymore today. Besides proof of work and smart contract, blockchain also uses public key cryptography. It is also called asymmetry cryptography, and it is a cryptographic system that uses a pair of keys, which is private key and public key. If you send cryptocurrencies to others, such as in Bitcoin, you will sign that transaction using a private key, and the transaction will be verified using public key. So, if hackers obtain your private key, which would be hard, they will be able to send your cryptocurrencies to themselves. Other than that, blockchain also uses mining concept. This means transactions that are verified by miners are added to the blockchain. If they are not verified by the miners, thus they will not be added to the blockchain. What does it mean by verified? It means when the miners solve a cryptographic problem that may have occurred. in the block. For example, in Bitcoin or Ethereum blockchain, the first computer to mine or verify the blocks will receive Bitcoin or Ether respectively. Also, miners are paid a fee for verifying the blocks. And last but not least, I am going to talk about proof of concept. Proof of concept is used in blockchain as a process of determining whether the blockchain project idea is practical and will be useful in the real-world situation. Proof of concept process is very much necessary in order to verify that the blockchain idea will be functioned as envisioned. Proof of concept can also be implemented as a prototype. That is all from me, and I will pass this presentation to my dearest friend Anis Nursyafiqah to talk about the examples of blockchain technology.
For my part, I will share 4 examples of blockchain technology. In recent years, there is a lot of bugs on blockchain technology and describe it as the most disruptive technology of the decade. The technology is being adapted into many verticals such as healthcare, medicine, insurance, smart properties, automobiles, and even governments. However, so far, the most successful implementation of blockchain is the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually a peer-to-peer electronic cash system that is also commonly known as cryptocurrency. This electronic type of funds can be transferred safely from one person to another without any intermediaries. The second application is Spotify. Spotify uses blockchain technology to correlate artists with license agreements and tracks. It is used in music industry to establish a more open record of copyright ownership, which will address long-standing problems in the industry, such as artist label not being equally recognized. The next one is AIA Insurance. It is the first company to launch Hong Kong's first blockchain-enabled bancassurance network in late 2017. The platform makes use of the Hyperledger fabric, which allows the platform's bank partner to exchange policy data and documents in real time, which can reduce the time it takes to process insurance applications. Last but not least, Simply Vital Health Clinic also use blockchain to allow patients and clinicians to view, exchange, and even transfer their healthcare data. As a result, better health data management is provided. Now, I will explain about how a distributed database is being implemented in blockchain. For that, I will make use of healthcare application that uses blockchain technology as an example. In the first step, primary data is generated by the interaction between a patient and their doctors and also their specialists. This data consists of medical history, current problem, and other physiology information. Second step is an electronic health record is created for each patient using the primary data collected in the first step. Other medical information, such as those generated from nursing care, medical imaging, and drug history, are also included in the EHR. Third step, individual patient who has the ownership of sensitive EHR and customized control is given only to the owner of this property. Parties who want to access such valuable information must request permission, which is forwarded to the EHR owner, and the owner will decide to whom access will be granted. For step 4, 5, and 6, these 3 steps are the part of the core of the whole process, including database, the blockchain, and cloud storage. Database and cloud storage store the records in a distributed manner, and blockchain provides extreme privacy to ensure customized, authentic user access. The last step is where the healthcare providers such as ad hoc clinic, community care center, and hospitals are the end user who wants to get access for a safe and sound care delivery which will be authorized by the owner. For example, no matter where the patients are treated in the globe, their health records will be available and accessible on their phone and validated through a distributed ledger such as blockchain, to which healthcare providers would continue to add from time to time. With that, that is all from us. Thank you.